This week on Cal High Sports Bay Area, the playoffs are here and we have the do-or-die action. We'll have Amador Valley taking on San Leandro. Logan meets California and the Valpo Bowl with Menlo and Sacred Heart Prep.
We'll have final water polo games in the NCS, volleyball playoffs with Lee and Lynbrook. We'll meet the Santa Teresa football star and his support for his ailing dad. And the season with De La Salle continues as the Spartans gear up for a playoff run. It's all next on Cal High Sports Bay Area.
Welcome to Cal High Sports Bay Area here at the Silver Creek Sportsplex. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Marissa Lovis. The NCS regular season is done, and tonight we start eliminating teams as the playoffs are here. We start with the NCS Division IV bracket with 13-seeded Hercules looking to upset our good friend Budaisen of Moro Catholic.
That's right. The Titans won their first 5 games before struggling the second half of the season. The Titans looking to make a playoff run starting at Moro on Friday night.
Put me in, Coach! Meet Isaiah Knight, nephew of basketball coach Frank Knight. He was ready to play all night long. Into the action, Budaisen starting things off for the Mariners, punching it in. The 2-point conversion good, 8-0 MC. More Buda in the first. He hurdles over defenders for the touchdown, increasing the Mariners' lead to 15. Second quarter, the Titans desperately needing a score, trailing by 21. QB Deontay Mallon takes matters into his own hands, hustling downfield, being brought down just short of the goal line. But a few plays later, Hercules scores, making it 21-8. And just in case you were missing Buda, I have more for you. This time with the great footwork, Ison finds his way into the end zone for yet another TD. So fun to watch. It's now 28-8. However, the Titans come back and answer. Mallon rolls out and airs the ball to Imani Johnson. It's initially tipped, but Imani stays with it, taking it to the house. Hercules' second TD on the night, score 28-14 Moro. Third quarter, the Mariners trying to put this one away, and they go to none other than Budaisen. Buda sprinting down the sideline. No one's going to catch him. Check out the wheels. Only a junior, which means one more year of entertainment. And we're going to cap this night off the way we started it. Buda this time going the opposite way, breaking free. 6 TDs on the night for Ison, and Moro Catholic wins 48-14, advancing to the second round of NCS playoffs.
The Lincoln Marching Band hyping up the crowd for their game against Independence. Quarterback Robert Zamora firing a quick pass to Alden Boresovich for an early Lion score. The Independence 76ers come back with a carry to Anthony Lingden, running to the sidelines and speeding past the defense to tie up the game. Back on offense, Independence goes for a run up the middle, but Aldo Martinez comes in like a bullet, slamming the ball free, and the Lions with a quick recovery to take possession. A huge play on defense there for Lincoln. On their next play, the Lions go for a reverse. The defense is scrambling as Anastasio Prado breaks free and turns on the wheels and strides his way into the end zone. Going for the extra point here, but look, as the snap is fumbled, Boresovich scrambles in the backfield and tosses up a prayer, and it's caught by Adrian Frometta for the 2-point conversion. The Lions roaring again at Zamora with the sideline pass to Boresovich. He snags the ball and is pushed out of bounds, but the Lions were able to punch it in a few plays later. Independence doesn't go down without a fight. It's Lingden breaking the tackle, staying up as long as he can, falling on the 1-yard line. The 76ers score on the next play, but it won't be enough, as Lincoln goes undefeated in league, heading to the Big Bone with the 46-21 win.
Contra Costa County Sports is brought to you by StatMed Urgent Care, the right care right now. The Division II NCS final between number 5 Northgate and number 2 Tamalpais. Tied at 1-1 in the first, the Redhawks' Connor King slips one past the keeper to give Tam a 2-1 advantage. But back comes the Broncos' Declan Cashman makes the perfect pass to Andrew Joseph, smack dab in front of the net. Northgate ties the game up at 2. The Broncos starting to find a rhythm in the first. Joseph again with the perfect lob shot over the keeper, increasing the Northgate lead to 2. And after the half, the number 5 seeded Northgate Broncos continued where they left off. It's Joseph yet again with a perfect touch on the ball to make it 5-2 Broncos. Northgate looking for some more insurance. Hunter Peef says, why not? I'll take a shot on net. And the Broncos are now up 6-3. And after losing twice this season to Tam, Northgate knew the Redhawks were not going to back down. So Peef caps the game off with this goal, his second in the big championship match. And now with just seconds left on the clock, the taste of victory in the air. And one last shot won't go. The Northgate Broncos are your Division II NCS champs. A big win for Northgate and their head coach, Taylor Herman.
Packed house at Acalanes High School as Miramonte and Campolindo battle for the D2 NCS title. First period, it's Haley Eberly on the break for the Mats, and Eberly fires to give the Mats the early lead. Campo coming right back with the defender swarming her. Olivia Price hurls it in from long distance. We're tied at 1-1. Still in the first, Skylar Savar whips it into the middle and finds Katrina Drake, who then finds the back of the net to give the Mats the lead again. Second period, good ball movement by Miramonte. It's Carson Broad swinging it to the middle to Savar, and she connects the one-timer to finish. Campo hanging around. It's Price again from straight away, part of her 3-goal effort, but Miramonte too strong. Savar to Broad, who rips it far side to put the Mats well in control. Icing on the cake here, it's Broad from point-blank range. Nothing easier than that, and Miramonte takes the NCS title, winning it 9-4. Big games for Broad, Savard, and Drake. 9-4 the final. Congratulations, Miramonte.
Each week, we bring you the Players of the Week, brought to us in a wrap, produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Rikers Center.
Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Rikers Center, mate. Yo, can somebody please call a doctor, cause the drama will haunt you if you're facing Ricky Walker. Down 29-7 in the first half, so then the secret weapon stepped into the second half. Down 5 on his backbone, leader of the comeback in overtime, a winning drive. Oh, did he run that? Yup, that goes with some touchdown dancing from the captain of the Pirates, firing off the cans.
Yo, it's him again, you already know the name. Dante James, so special, the man insane. Independence, kid and gain his freedom. Dante colonized the entire turf region. He's too fast, too strong, that's the first reason why they couldn't stop him in the Raiders Legion. 3 touchdowns, 167 yards. True weapon, he will finish your 11 guards. Those are your Players of the Week.
Your orthopedic specialists bring us great advice each week on sports-related injuries. Here's Dr. Craig Wiseman with this week's health tip.
Runner's knee, also known as patellofemoral pain syndrome, is an injury caused by overuse of the knee joint. Symptoms include pain around the kneecap, swelling, and a feeling of grinding in the knee. Pain symptoms may increase when the knee is used, particularly when walking downstairs or on an incline. Runner's knee is considered an overuse injury, and most often the best way to treat overuse injuries is rest. Participating in alternative activities that don't increase your pain is also advisable. To get to the bottom cause of any type of overuse injury, is always best to have a specialist evaluate your specific situation and plan the course of treatment accordingly.
Coming up, an NCS Division I battle with Amador Valley meeting San Leandro in our Togo's Monster Game.
And the Santa Teresa lineman and his support for his ailing dad. Our Stevens Creek Toyota Spirit of Achievement feature is next. Muro Orthopedic Specialist, the leader in innovative sports medicine, is proud to present its new 46,000 square foot facility in Walnut Creek. This new leading edge facility combines high-tech equipment, an Olympic weightlifting area, indoor turf field for training and rehab, and expanded physical therapy facilities. The new Muro Orthopedic facility features efficient and personalized check-in, spacious reception areas, and on-site digital x-rays for fast results. For the best care for your treatment and recovery, visit the doctors at Muro Orthopedic Specialists.
The Rikers Center for Human Enhancement offers a range of programs in the athletic fitness department designed to train athletes of all ages and abilities. Our programs range from Rise Up for student athletes 9 and older to Pinnacle and team training sessions for more advanced athletes with a specific far-reaching goal. Or sign up for Core and get a customized workout plan designed for whatever intensity or ability level you want to achieve. From Pinnacle to Core, the Rikers Center has a program to help you achieve your goals. So it's simple. If you've got goals, come to the Rikers Center.
It's a new season at Stevens Creek Toyota, and we're proud to present this year's all-star lineup. Like home run deals on Camry, the original Swagger Wagon Sienna, and our #1 player, better than par, Prius. Plus experience genuine Toyota service in our state-of-the-art facility. They're all here, your hometown champs, only at Stevens Creek Toyota San Jose. Visit us online at StevensCreekToyota.com.
We are back at the Silver Creek Sportsplex with the first round game in the NCS Division I bracket. The ominous top seed is De La Salle, which is a problem. To get a shot at De La Salle is the goal.
Yeah, and 2 teams coming in off emotional games are Amador Valley and San Leandro, meeting in the first round Friday night. It's our Togo's Monster Game, and Robert was there.
Monster Game. Tonight's game is being played here at Burrell Field, the home for the San Leandro Pirates. And these two teams coming off very different games from last week. The Amador Valley Dons coming off a frustrating loss to league and Pleasanton rival Foothill last week. San Leandro, on the other hand, is coming off a thrilling come-from-behind victory to win a league title. How will these teams handle very different regular season finales? We'll find out in tonight's Togo's Monster Game.
Early first quarter, Amador Valley driving. Ronnie Jones keeps it 25 yards down to the 10-yard line. He takes it in from there. 7-0 Dons. San Leandro comes right back. Ricky Walker III throws to Dominic Harper, who races into the end zone. We're tied at 7-all. Amador Valley right back at him. Ladre McCullough following the Eureka Dice block, and he is off to the races. 57 yards, leading to a field goal. 10-0. Amador Valley Dons. Second quarter, and the Dons keep coming with a heavy dose of Ronnie Jones, breaking a tackle 35 yards, and Amador Valley has a 17-7 lead. San Leandro driving, but a big play on defense as Brandon Larson steps in front and picks this one off, and then a long return for Larson, putting the Dons into the red zone. Again, one of 3 picks on the night for the Amador D. McCullough muscles it in from there as the Dons begin to pull away. It's 23-7 just before halftime. Third quarter now, here's McCullough again, and again going far side, then cutting it across the grain, 40 yards, and the Dons were on their way. Later in the third, the Pirates looking for another amazing comeback. Amari Land hops into the end zone, but the Dons and Ronnie Jones could not be stopped, running around the right side, and Ronnie's into the end zone. Jones with 4 touchdowns on the night. And here it's touchdown number 4 as Jones, playing the read option so well, fakes the handoff and takes it in for the touchdown. The Dons get their final score right here as Keenan DePio shows his great speed and natural athletic ability, and the Dons advance to meet Antioch next week. We talked with a man with 4 touchdowns after the game.
We had a great season. We had some key defensive plays like down to the last second, and we tore it up. We have heart, we have fight, and we're not done yet. Yes. Solid win going into Antioch next week. They're going to be a tough battle. It's going to be fun. Great battle tonight. Took care of business.
The San Ramon Valley girls bonding before taking on East Bay League rival Monte Vista in the NCS Division I Championship. First quarter, SRV up by 1. Aubrey Milham passes to sister Sydney Milham. Sydney thinking about it, and she shoots and scores, tying the game up at 1-all. Nice passing by the Wolves here. SRV goes around the world before landing the ball in the hands of Sophie Kuster. Sophie puts it in the net to give the Wolves a 2-1 lead. Third period, still up by just 1. Sarah Klass getting into the mix here from long range, extending the SRV lead 4-2. And San Ramon Valley continued to stay hot in the third. The initial shot is no good, but that is A-okay. Maylee McPherson is right there to punch it in, and it's 6-2 Wolves. MV still fighting in the fourth. Lauren Indart rises up and drains her shot from far out. Lauren only a sophomore, so more from her next season. Alexis Leibowitz not going to let this championship slip away from San Ramon Valley. The Wolves get the victory, 9-6 your final. All happy tears coming from this Division I NCS championship team.
NCS Division I final between Powers Campolindo and Sir Francis Drake. First period action, Peter Bersinga out to Giorgio Alessandria, who moves to the shooting spot and rockets home the first goal of the game. Drake on the attack now. Keenan Anderson feeds it inside to Connor Moynihan for the goal, and we're tied at 1-all. Campo striking back. Cole Stevens pump fakes, waits for the opening, shoots, and scores, and probably gives the fist pump to the Red Sea. Then it's Stevens again from straight away, no hesitation, and Campo takes a 3-1 lead after that. Then it's Brasinga taking the cross-court feed and rocketing it into the back of the net. Cougars took a 4-2 lead into the half. Fourth quarter, score tied at 4. Tom Bowen with the alley-oop and Colin Jacuzzi on the receiving end, and that would be the difference in the game. The Campo Cougars take the NCS D1 title as a 6th seed, defeating Sir Francis Drake. Final score was 5-4. It's always nice when you get a goal from Jacuzzi.
Each week, Stevens Creek Toyota brings us stories of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Marissa, parents' support of a high school athlete is crucial to their success. But what happens when a student athlete needs to be there for a parent? That's the case right now for a top lineman from Santa Teresa High School. Bright sunshine greets the Santa Teresa football team as the Saints practice before another league game. Number 64 is starting lineman Eddie McCartney. Eddie loves his role with the Saints, a role taking him away from a scary time for his family, consuming much of his life.
My dad was diagnosed with cancer in May of 2015, and he went through 5 or 6 weeks of chemotherapy and radiation. He was diagnosed with esophageal cancer, and I watched him almost die in front of my eyes like twice. It's been a struggle in my family because my mom would sleep in the hospital with him, and I'd have to take care of my little brother because he'd be at home with me, and plus I'd have to deal with football and school.
Well, I just watched my mother pass away from cancer probably a month prior to that, so I didn't really have any sit down to it. So I automatically went to the worst thought ever, I'm gonna die.
It's been a rough 6 months since the diagnosis, with all sorts of complications, return trips to the hospital along with chemo and radiation therapies. Eddie has had to take a big role around the house.
It's just always been like this thing where my dad's the strongest guy I've ever met, and recently I've had to literally carry him sometimes because he can't make it. Not literally like a baby, but carry him out to the car to get him to the hospital. It's just seeing him go from the strongest guy I know to weaker than me. It's pretty rough.
Eddie sat me down one day and said, "You're my hero." And as much for a father to absorb that, I had to turn and look at him and tell him and my other son that they're my heroes. They've been there through thick and thin, transporting me back and forth to the hospital, taking care of their mother, taking care of my home, stepping up where I need him to step up. And Eddie's just shining bright.
So Eddie helps out cooking dinner, doing the grocery shopping, and making emergency trips to the hospital late at night.
Fresh out of surgery, my dad was in a lot of pain, and my dog ended up jumping on his stomach in the middle of the night, and it tore open a little hole in his small intestine, and we had to get him to the hospital. We rushed him there and doing about 100 miles an hour on the freeway, and he if we were 2 hours later, he would have died.
Eddie was on the sidelines at a recent game, not playing because of a nagging shoulder injury. His dad missing the game, back in the hospital.
He's back in today because of an infection in one of the wounds. He's got one right here and one straight down the middle.
Back at practice the following week, Eddie plays through the pain. When Eddie is on the football field, his life becomes more normal, the pain more bearable. He gets great support from his teammates and coaches. Eddie loves to play the game.
He's a real champ. You would never know that anything was ever wrong when he's out on the field. His focus is on being the best player he can be for the team, being the best teammate he can for his friends.
The prognosis for Eddie's dad is good. There will be more rounds of chemotherapy, but the doctors are optimistic.
It is a tough cancer. It's one of the toughest. I'm climbing out of this hole, and I'm sure my son will have his hand down for me when I get to the top.
And Eddie will be here for his dad next year as he hopes to play football at the junior college level and then on to a 4-year school after that, with his parents in the stands cheering him on.
Good luck to Eddie, and we wish him the best. All right, once again this season, the San Francisco 49ers present the Coach of the Week award with $1,000 going to the winning coach.
Here's the 49ers' Ian Williams with this week's announcement.
Hi, I'm 49ers defensive lineman Ian Williams, here to announce the Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week. The final award of the 2015 season goes to head coach Mark Conapu from Westmont High School. The Westmont Warriors defeated the visiting Branham Bruins 49-27 to improve to 5-1 in league play. The Warriors' rushing attack could not be stopped as all of their 7 touchdowns came on the ground. Each of the 2 men in the backfield for the Warriors had 3 touchdowns apiece and ran for over 200 yards. Westmont will play their final regular season game Friday when they travel to Silver Creek for a winner-take-all game and a spot in the CCS playoffs. Coach K will be invited to watch the 49ers practice at the SAP Performance Facility, where he will be presented his award by Coach Tom Sula. He will also be recognized on the field prior to our final home game on January 3rd. As part of this award, Westmont High School will receive a $1,000 grant from the 49ers Foundation. Congratulations to head coach Mark Conapu, this week's Charlie Wiedemeyer Coach of the Week.
Coming up, the big rivalry game with Sacred Heart Prep and Menlo in the Valpo Bowl.
But first, here's our Chevron girls volleyball poll.
Little Kickers is a great soccer program for your child. With coaches trained in child development theory, Little Kickers classes are tailored to meet the specific child's age and ability. This creative approach to coaching will have a positive impact on your child far beyond the soccer field. These fun, high-energy classes at the Silver Creek Sportsplex lead to children with strong physical skills who are well-balanced and confident. Classes are available now for ages 18 months to 9 years. Sign up for Little Kickers at the Silver Creek Sportsplex today.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino. Aquí. Spray Dan. Oh, yeah. Don Ovan.
Think that's me?
You guy. It's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So hat trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go, Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
When an athlete is injured, you need the right help right away. StatMed Urgent Care has only experienced medical specialists on duty 7 days a week. With no appointment needed, on-site x-ray labs, and private exam rooms, you'll receive the best possible care right away. For immediate medical issues to routine care, StatMed has 2 locations in downtown Lafayette and in the Pleasant Hill Concord area near the Sun Valley Mall. StatMed Urgent Care, the right care, right now.
We are Green We are
Back at the Sportsplex with the big rivalry game on the peninsula between Sacred Heart Prep and Menlo. It's called the Valpo Bowl because both schools sit on Valparaiso Avenue. The Knights are led by star running back Charlie Ferguson, who's rushed for nearly 1,000 yards this season.
Yeah, he's a good one. The Gators are coming off the CCS Open Division title and looking for some momentum with outstanding quarterback Mason Randall leading a talented squad. The Valpo Bowl for Atherton bragging rights Friday night.
The Menlo students showed up in full force for Valpo Bowl 13 Friday night under the lights. First quarter in a scoreless game, the Gators are facing 4th and long when Mason Randall buys some time and connects with Michael Mooring for the score, and it's 7-0 Sacred Heart Prep. 14-7 SHP now, and Randall heads back to the air, this time finding Nick O'Donnell for this big gainer. That drive would stall, however, and that score would hold at recess. Third quarter now, and after a goal line stand, the Knight defense forces a punt, but the snap is high and the Gators take the safety, 14-9 Gators. Menlo comes right back after the free kick, and Mackenzie Moorhead hits Evan King over the middle for the big gain. He's down on the play, and it's 1st and goal. An outstanding junior running back Charlie Ferguson would punch it in from there as he carries it over the right side and into the end zone, and the Knights take a 15-14 lead. This game would turn in the 4th quarter, however, as the halfback pass would be tipped and then intercepted by Thomas Wine. Sacred Heart would turn back to the arm of Randall as he rolls right and fires a strike to O'Donnell in the end zone for the score. And the Sacred Heart Prep Gators use their impressive 4th quarter to take the Valpo Bowl and finish the regular season with a 7-3 record and a share of the Bay League title.
The San Leandro Pirates tossing out wiffle balls to the fans prior to their playoff game against Mission San Jose. First set, Elizabeth Waters-Lega looking for the kill, and she smashes it home. Elizabeth clearly coming ready to play. Mission looking to respond, setting it up to Michelle Zhang, who gets up and blasts it through the defense to keep the game close. The Pirates pull away later in the first. Mira Asanaka gives a little set over to Isale Alefua, and she slam dunks it home. San Leandro takes the first. On to the second, the Warriors get things going as Annie Wang sets up Michelle Vo, who hammers it cross-court, and nobody's going to get that one. Mission San Jose trying to keep it close, setting it up for the kill, but Mayana Leggett is right there for the block, and her San Leandro Pirates would take the second. On to the third set, some nice digs by the Pirates, keeping it alive, but on her second try, Vo would not be denied, putting her kill in the perfect spot. But San Leandro pulls away again on the back of hard-hitting freshman Waters-Leiga, who blasts it home, winning at 25-23 and sweeping the Warriors in 3 straight to send the Pirates to the second round of the Division I NCS Volleyball Playoffs. Service by Medallion honors teamwork and teammates who partner together to make great plays. This week it's Bellarmine's Troy Martig hitting Kyle McCauley for that game-winning score in a huge league game last week. After the game, McCauley announced he will attend Yale University next year. Part of a good week for Kyle.
Great teamwork there, just as Service by Medallion partners with its customers to provide great janitorial and facility support services for Silicon Valley's best companies. This season, OneHitAway.org will have concussion safety tips every week.
Here's Darren Sidibaka with this week's tip.
An athlete's age and gender does influence the symptoms and healing of a concussion. Research shows that our brains are not fully developed physically and neurologically until the age of 25. So the younger the athlete, the more intense or frequent symptoms may occur, and the longer it may take to be less symptomatic or heal. Data suggests female athletes sustain more concussions than their male counterparts. A major reason results from females not having the same neck, head, muscle mass as males, which contributes to the frequent and greater whiplash movements on the brain itself. One hit away, understand your brain can change your game.
Coming up, it's the Wells Fargo Bank Game of the Week. It's another NCS Division I game as Logan meets California.
And later, Gunderson and Mount Pleasant as Cal High Sports Bay Area continues.
Hi, my name's Tom McGraw. I'm the CEO of First National Bank of Northern California and the former Bellarmine Bell. Our bank is owned and operated locally by people who treat our customers like family. You can trust us to give your family or business the best banking services from a bank that's been around for over 50 years. And now we're in Sunnyvale at 425 South Matilda. Remember, go long and don't drop the ball at First National Bank of Northern California.
The San Francisco 49ers are committed to helping kids live a healthy, active lifestyle.
You're plenty fast enough. You're plenty fast. Exchange. Good. Go.
Check out 49ers.com/YF to see how you can get involved.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By the Silver Creek Sportsplex, the largest indoor sports and fitness facility of its kind in the United States. Our doors are open to the public every day. Come see why people call us their home away from home. By Club Sport Fitness at the Silver Creek Sportsplex. Visit clubsport.com for a 3-day trial pass. By Chevron, every day your car takes care of you. Take care of it. Don't use low-quality gasoline that can leave deposits in the engine. Use the gas that cleans. Chevron with Techron. Care for your car. By Calpine, a generation ahead today. And by the Del Gran Dealer Group. Go to dgdg.com and be a happy car buyer.
Once again this season, Wells Fargo Bank is presenting the Game of the Week. You can go to our website, calhighsportsbayarea.com, right now to vote on next week's game. Each team to receive $500 from Wells Fargo Bank.
This week, the most votes go to the NCS Division I playoff game between Cal and James Logan. The Grizzlies battling all season long in the very tough East Bay League to get ready for the playoffs. Logan plays an independent schedule, also against some very tough teams. The playoff-ready teams battling Friday night.
The winner going on to play number 1, De La Salle. I thought you were supposed to be rewarded if you won. To the game, first quarter, Jake Gerlach hits Trevor Lathley for a 15-yard gain and a first down. Cal will connect on a 21-yard field goal later in the drive. Back comes James Logan. Jamari Young takes a handoff on a sweep left, slashes his way through the Grizzly defense and into the end zone, and the Colts led 7-3. Second quarter, and junior kicker Justin Legault hits a 33-yard field goal to get the Colt lead trimmed to 7-6 going into the locker room. Third quarter, Gerlach hits Malik Alatasi in the flat, and Alatasi, making a lot of a little, gains 25 yards and a Cal first down. And then it's that man, Legault, this time from 32 yards out to put the Grizzlies in front 9-7. Next drive is Rogelio Reyes on the read option, fools the defense and awkwardly slides down. Colts score a short time later to take a 14-9 lead. Fourth quarter, Grizzlies defense makes a big stand. Great coverage downfield, and then a host of defenders, including Christian Laughlin, get the quarterback to the ground. Colts would punt a short time later. Grizzlies take advantage. Justin Locklear on the jet sweep picks up tough yards and converts for a first down. A couple plays later, it's Locklear plowing through the line, up and over, and he's in. Grizzlies take a 15-14 lead with just over 2 minutes to play. One last chance for the Colts on fourth down, but J.J. Johnson steps in the passing lane and makes a clinching interception as the California Grizzlies hold on to win a nail-biter 15-14. All smiles for the victorious Grizzlies. What a game we had tonight from Cal, but let's meet the Cal Grizzlies! We're here with Justin Legault. Justin, as a kicker, you had 3 field goals tonight. How tough is it in a playoff environment to keep your composure and knock each one through?
It's actually pretty easy because in practice they're always trying to distract me. So I'm coached to deal with this kind of situation. So Coach Belichick does a good job trying to distract me in practice, so it was not too hard.
In the middle here, we have J.J. Johnson, who made the game-clinching interception. I mean, it's kind of, very pressure moment, under a minute to go. What is Coach telling you in that timeout right before, you make that play?
One more play, just make a big play, end the game. That's what he said.
How thrilling is it once you get that ball in your hands and, pretty much the game is over? All you got to do is pretty much go down.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
Over here, Justin Locklear. Justin, a tough night for the offense. Just no really big plays, but you guys grinding. And finally, you break through into the end zone. What was that like to finally get into the end zone? You did a nice little flip into the end zone, too. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, well, we've just been grinding, rushing the ball. We just couldn't find the end zone. And once we finally did, I saw the open space, and I just dove over the top of them and hit me low on 9, and I just took advantage of it.
Next week, you guys play De La Salle, top team in the state. How do you approach next week? They're a very tough team, but really you have nothing to lose.
Well, it's do or die. So we got to bring everything to the table. Seniors, it's our last games if we lose. So you leave it all on the field and see what happens, pretty much.
All right. That's gonna do it from Cal High, guys. Good luck in the next round.
These roller hockey fans getting ready for the D1 title game for the fall season. Willow, Glen, and Valley Christian. The Rams getting on the board right away. Chase Edwards back from an injury and making his presence felt. 1-0 Rams. Willow Glen with another goal in the first. The pass to center ice for Christian Jared C., who fires a shot. It's blocked, but C pokes in the rebound. Valley Christian gets one back late first. Patrick Mahoney fires and then follows his shot, and that was a good idea because the puck is free in front, and it's 2-1 after 1. Second period, now it's C with the pass in front to Joe Fordyce, and he's not going to miss from there. 3-1 Rams. Later in the second, C racing toward the net, then somehow gets off a backhander from a tough angle that goes in just inside the far post. 4-1 Rams. Back come the Warriors. Jaden Guzman with a nice move to lose the defender. He fires and scores, and it's 4-2 Willow Glen. Valley Christian inching closer as Stephen Light nets a fine shot high into the net. It's now a one-goal game. But the Rams put it away right here. Once again, it's Chase Edwards sending a rocket to the back of the net. Willow Glen celebrates the D1 title. It's a 5-3 win. Hoist the cup, boys. You did it. 2 goals each for Edwards and C.
Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award each week. This award honors student athletes who volunteer in the community.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Chris Takeuchi from Pioneer High School. Chris plays varsity soccer for the Mustangs and for the 4th straight year is organizing a book drive for a local elementary school. Chris works all summer long and throughout the year to collect thousands of books and several $100s for a needy school that he chooses. Chris talks about why this is so important for the young people who receive these books.
I found it really extremely interesting, and I found it really grateful that they were so happy with just 2 used books, and how some people might not think that's so important. They thought it was so great, and I thought that was really amazing.
The San Jose Sharks and Positive Coaching Alliance are back with us this season, honoring triple impact competitors. These are the athletes who make themselves better, their teammates better, and the game as a whole better. This week we honor Bellarmine running back Antonio Garcia. The Bell's outstanding back is a true team leader on both the football and baseball team. Garcia will play baseball on scholarship next season at the University of Kansas.
What, Missouri wasn't good enough? You got to go to Kansas? I don't like that. A leader on the field and in the classroom, Antonio will receive 4 tickets to an upcoming Sharks game and a replica jersey as this week's San Jose Sharks Positive Coaching Alliance triple impact competitor. Coming up, the game for the league title in the West Valley League as Gunderson meets Mount Pleasant.
And the season with De La Salle football continues as the Spartans analyze their regular season as they get ready for the postseason next.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stevens Creek Toyota, the #1 Toyota dealership in the Bay Area. Stevens Creek Toyota, it's where the deals are. By Mere Orthopedic Specialists, providing leading-edge care for athletes of all ages. By First National Bank of Northern California, delivering quality products and services to businesses and individuals while enhancing the economic environment of our communities.
Back at the Silver Creek Sportsplex with the Mount Pleasant Cardinals, who have run the table in the West Valley League with a perfect 6-0 record, with senior quarterback George Landeros leading the high-powered Cardinals offense.
Cardinals 1 game up on second place Gunderson coming into this final regular season game. Fight for first place Friday night.
And here come the Cardinals all fired up on senior day, and after a scoreless first quarter, top of the second, the Cards trying to get in Grizzlies territory with the QB keeper, but number 55, Samuel Tafa-Omalu, picks up the fumble for a 35-yard gain, sets up Gunderson in great Cardinals territory. And a few snaps later, Harrison Busselnick rams his way into the end zone for 6, and it's now 6-0 Grizzlies. And on to the second half we go. The Grizz trying to increase their lead, but Elias Yanez comes out of nowhere to grab the pick. He helps set up the Cards in great field position. And then George Landero seals the deal with a beauty to Ricardo Verdazco for a 22-yard touchdown. The Cardinals take the lead 7-6 after their kicker manages to score the extra point. To the fourth we go. Only one quarter separates the Cards from crowning themselves league champs. Gunderson trying to take the lead late in the fourth, but it would be Mount Pleasant's stellar defense once again. Mikey Renteria with the interception. The Cards stop inside Gunderson's 5-yard line. Landeros puts the icing on the cake here with a QB sneak, increasing the lead 14-6 Cardinals to seal the deal. And the Mount Pleasant Cardinals are your 2015-16 West Valley League champs. Next stop, CCS playoffs.
We continue now with our series, The Season with De La Salle Football.
Taylor Lambert is here with the Spartans getting ready for the second part of the season.
Marissa, this week we look at a player from the Spartans' successful past. The current team looks ahead to the playoffs with the goal of winning yet another state title.
The Season with De La Salle is presented by Dr. Charles Preston, sports medicine specialist at Muir Orthopedic Specialists, and on the sidelines with the De La Salle Spartans.
Winners of their last 9 straight, the Spartans own an average margin of victory of just under 40 points in those games. And now, the postseason begins. De La Salle is seeded as the overall top team in the North Coast Section Division I playoffs. It's a spot the Spartans are accustomed to, as DLS has taken home the last 29 out of 31 section titles. But there's still time to relax for the Spartans and hang out with one of the most famous DLS alumni ever, that being former #1 recruit in the nation and recently retired NFL player DJ Williams.
The culture out here is amazing. The coaching staff is still doing great. I'm just excited to be home.
2 years ago, DJ started a nonprofit called Home Team Closet, and the idea goes like this. When pro athletes receive extra merchandise from sponsors, DJ has bins in NFL locker rooms and encourages players to donate that excess to Home Team Closet. And in turn, DJ donates them back to young people. Today is Williams' 5th such event, with student athletes from DLS and El Cerrito High School filling up their bags, and a meal from Lena's Soul Food Kitchen to fill up their stomachs.
When I came here, I was brought in, they took me in like family at De La Salle. They made me feel comfortable, and, people helped me. And, hopefully what my goal is, to help these young men out.
To me, it's nice to hear somebody get back to the community and actually showing that they show faith instead of just saying it, actually acting upon what they say.
I don't know who's gonna wear these.
DJ just retired from the NFL this year after 900 tackles in the league. He was a first-round pick. He has a couple of 100 tackle seasons on his resume, but most memorable around these parts are the days Williams was the #1 high school recruit in the nation at De La Salle.
When he was a freshman, I thought for sure he was 18 years old. I've never seen a kid that big in my entire life. But there was one game we played where he literally carried the ball for 4 times, 4 touchdowns. Kids literally did not want to tackle. He actually didn't get touched, and it's 28-0. We took him out. But I mean, that's the way. Some guys just like, no thanks.
DJ Williams dominated well at DLS. The 2015 Spartan contingent continues that tradition today. Overwhelming opponents. The more things change at De La Salle, the more they stay the same. Much like the lineman drills at practice, the same drills, day after day, year after year, produce the core of the Spartans. That famous lineman technique.
We do about 3 things, and that's it. We do sled, 1-on-1s, and 2-on-2s, and that's really all we really do. Our president actually makes a joke because he always rolls out for the first day of practice asking how the boys look, and he comes out to the last day of practice. And the past couple of years, he has sort of a running joke. He's like, "You guys are doing the same thing." It's like, yeah, we are.
The line, yeah, those are some of my best friends. I love those guys. You know, without them, you know, me and Twan and the rest of the backs, you know, wouldn't be anything without them.
So everything's done in redundancy and a lot so that it becomes really second nature to those kids, and then we can fine tune stuff.
What's your guys' goal? To be as high as possible? What was that? Both you guys, butt came up, all overextended.
You know, our technique is simple, but it's really difficult to master. And, you know, we're technicians.
One standout on both sides of the line this season is Blake Wardy. We caught up with Blake at the beginning of the year as he came off a junior season regarded as a backup.
He's now a two-way starter. He starts right tackle, and he's one of our interior D linemen, and he's a unanimous first-team all-leaguer, and he deserved it.
Well, I was just expecting, of course, expecting state championship, and I just expected to come out and hit people, do what the De La Salle linemen have always done.
And what is that?
Go out and hit people.
That to me is De La Salle line play. That's a kid last year who just grinded every practice, probably hated every minute of it because there's no playing time, you know, real playing time. And this year, man, he turns into a guy that we just can't do without.
The Spartans are benefiting from Wardy's business-like approach, and they'll need it next week for the start of the section playoffs. And that's the lineman for De La Salle, all business. Or, of course, when they're not.
You're editing all this, right? Yeah. So boss is standing behind you, and so is Tully.
4 years ago, Coach Jacoby came to me, and I was like, man.
4 years ago, he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, what's your name, son?"
Hello.
He's like a giant teddy bear. If you poke him, he just starts laughing.
Come on, dude, get it.
I knew from that day on, this was going to be my guy.
We'd be together forever. You still have a long way to go. You're like the tiny acorn that becomes the giant oak tree.
The tiny acorn.
That means you got a long way to go.
He just compared me
to a tiny oak tree.
A tiny acorn.
That becomes the giant oak tree.
Now, De La Salle hasn't lost an NCS game since before Marissa was born. I was probably just barely born.
Is that true?
I'm sure. It's true, yeah.
Probably
Your
close.
entire life they've been undefeated.
And I'm really old.
Yeah, super old.
All right, Synergy Environmental Solutions cleans up environmental hazards, asbestos, mold, and all the dirty work for Bay Area schools, corporations, and homes. So each week, Synergy honors the athletes doing the dirty work on the field. This week, doing the dirty work is Foothills Dallas Martin and Matt Gates. The Falcons won the title last week. This sack by Dallas Martin and Matt Gates was part of a great defensive effort for the Falcons. Dallas Martin and Matt Gates doing the dirty work, just like Synergy Environmental Solutions.
We have a new video website at calhighsports.tv. The new site has all of the elements to our show, including the entire show. But what's really cool is you can now see every game as we shot it with all of the plays from our professional photographers. Check it out right now and watch some entire games at calhighsports.tv. Brought to you by Intel Compute Stick. Connect, compute. It's that simple.
Remember, you can still buy DVD copies of every game you see on the show tonight. Just go to our website, calhighsportsbayarea.com, and order your game right there. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. CalHighSportsBA is our handle. We have more than 10,000 followers.
Coming up, it's Eureka and Acalanes, coming to you from Lafayette.
And later, CCS volleyball playoffs as Christopher meets Branham as Cal High Sports Bay Area continues. Club Sport at the Silver Creek Sportsplex is fitness for the entire family. Mom can feel secure in one of 120 individual fitness classes while the children play in the Child Care Center or learn to swim in the Club Sport pool. Dad gets a great workout in the state-of-the-art cardio and weight training area. Classes range from Zumba to aquatics and everything in between. No matter what your fitness goals are, Club Sport welcomes everyone. Club Sport San Jose has something for the entire family. DevCon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why DevCon was the choice for the 49ers' new stadium and for the new Earthquake Stadium. DevCon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, St. Francis, St. Ignatius, and Mitty wanted the very best, on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know DevCon is the best choice, whether it's new construction or renovation. DevCon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley.
I definitely got a lot faster. A couple days after I did my first class, I improved my 60 time at a showcase by 0.3 seconds, which is outstanding. Well, definitely working on the form component. I usually run upright where you're supposed to have your chest at a 45-degree angle. We worked on that and worked on it until I could actually feel myself when I did something wrong. But definitely that improved 60 time helped, and a lot of coaches came up to me and talked to me after that. It doesn't matter whether you're the biggest guy or the smallest guy in the gym. You're always treated the same, and it's just a great place to be.
When you first walk in, you can't help but smile.
There's a chance in front. Podolski scores!
When you're at home watching, you don't get to feel how exciting it is. It's like one big party with 17,000 of your closest friends.
And a big hit in the corner.
You can really feel the building shake when the Sharks score. You got to see it live to get it.
That's the funny part. It's hard to describe unless you've been there.
This is Dr. Michael Miklich of Miro Orthopedic Specialists on the sideline with the Monte Vista High School Mustangs. And you're watching Cal High Sports Bay Area.
The 8th-seeded Acalanes Dons are ready for this one as they take on the 9th-seeded Eureka Loggers. The Loggers get the scoring started, handing it to Jonathan Tufele, who hits a logjam up the middle, fights his way into the end zone for 6. Dons come right back. Quarterback Jake Berry rolls out right, tucks the ball, and he takes off, bowling over defenders, spinning his way into the end zone. We're tied at 7-all. Acalanes gets the ground game going, handing it to Jonathan Edwards, who hits a huge hole and breaks it to the outside, taking it the rest of the way untouched for the score. Dons up 14-7. Keeping the ball moving, Berry looks to pass now and finding a big target. It's Matt Bostwick. He's a good one. It's a first down to keep the drive alive. Next play, Berry pitches it to the outside for what looks like a run, but instead a deep pass to wide open Ryan Lamy, who catches it in stride and takes it into the promised land to open up a big lead. The Loggers looking to keep things close, handing it to Jerome G., who cuts inside, running through the defense, just getting across the goal line to pull Eureka within a score, but the Dons would not let up. It's Berry scrambling around looking for a receiver before hitting Edwards on the wheel route. He outruns the defense the rest of the way as the Acalanes Dons win by a final score of 42-28 to advance to the second round in the D3 NCS playoffs.
The Lee Longhorns traveling to Lynbrook for the first round of CCS Division II playoffs. Lee trailing by 1 in the first set, making Kurtzman passes to Emma Onito, who puts up the perfect ball for Hannah Mapes to slam it home, tying the game up at 20-all. Lynbrook found their rhythm to put this one away. Esther Ho over to Jaye Shen. Shen with the assist to Amy Steinmetz. Amy hammering it down to give the Vikings the first. Second set, more Lynbrook. Masaki Otani passes to Shen. Shen sets the ball to Morgan Wu, and it's Wu with the kill. Vikings take set 2, 25-17. On to set 3, Lee trying to keep this one alive, making Kurtzman with a nice serve for the ace. The Longhorns keep the game going. Haley Juckner with a diving save to Emma Onito. Onito sets to Morgan Pingburn, and we head to a fourth set. And in the fourth, Lynbrook came out on fire. Wu bumps to Shen. Shen passes to Steinmetz for yet another kill. One of her 18 on the night. The Vikings looking to close this one out. Esther Ho over to Shen. Shen passes to Wu, who manages to keep this one in for the kill. And the Lynbrook Vikings win the fourth 25-11, advancing to the second round of CCS Division II playoffs.
Each week, May Industries honors a team of excellence that is doing great work, just like the construction work being done for more than 40 years by May Industries. This week's May Industries Team of Excellence is the McClymonds football team. Mac finished the regular season undefeated last week under head coach Curtis Peters. His son Marcus Peter, now with the Kansas City Chiefs, was on the sidelines to watch the win last week. The McClymonds Warriors are May Industries Team of Excellence.
Coming up, CCS volleyball with Christopher and Branham.
But first, here's our Chevron Top 10 football poll.
Cal High Sports Bay Area is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Wells Fargo, proud sponsor of the Game of the Week. By Lexus of Stevens Creek. Lexus of Stevens Creek is once again sponsoring the Volunteer Scholarship Award. 5 scholarships worth a total of $10,000 will be handed out at the annual Cal High Sports Banquet. By Tony and Alba's Pizza and Pasta. Come check out our sports event packages. And by the Rika Center, where goals and dreams become a reality.
Division II CCS volleyball as Branham hosts Christopher. Branham leading in the first. Sydney Voss over to the setter. Alexa Gaddis back setting Seneca Led, who tools it off the block. Later in the first, Branham's Holly Hyon with a nice up to Gaddis over to Voss, who had a huge match for the Bruins. Branham takes the first. More Bruins in the second. Gaddis serving. Christopher setting it up well, but the Bruins building a wall at the net as Sydney, Lindsay, and Lent team up for the block. Branham takes the second high on, digs it to Gaddis, and again it's Voss taking the angle off the defender. Branham leads 2-0. But Christopher got it going big time in the third. Samantha Dolan the dig, a terrific save by Krista Arroyo back to Dolan, who hammers it over, and that would work. And later in the third, Voss just crushes this one, but right there is Marielle Gomez, who finds a hole in the defense, and she was happy about that. Christopher looking good early in the fourth. Caitlin Verrey up to Arroyo, over to Dolan, and the Cougars have the lead. But Branham comes back to take the lead now, match point, and once again, Voss finishes with the kill, and Branham gets its first ever CCS playoff win in volleyball, advancing to the second round with a 3-1 victory.
The Mitty field hockey squad had another very successful season, coming up with a league title.
The Monarchs meeting with our Jack Washer at the Rikus Center this week as they prepare for the playoffs.
We're at the Rikus Center here on Edison Way in Menlo Park. The Rikus Center, where goals are achieved.
And here they are, the Mitty field hockey team. Let's get to know them. We're here with Samantha Baker. Samantha, you guys are a very young team, not that many seniors, but what have the younger girls really learned this season? What have you seen, or how have you seen their progress develop this year?
I think from the beginning we've seen them as really aggressive, and they've come out from tryouts day one. They've been really passionate, and they've showed us that they want to be on this team and that they want to win.
In the middle, Hannah McCabe. Hannah, a lot of turnover last year, and you were one of the girls on the team last year that lost to Los Gatos in the CCS championship. What did you guys learn about that, and what are you using that as motivation for this year as you make another run at a CCS championship?
We're definitely using that to fuel our determination to get the CCS championship this year, and we're very resilient, so we aren't backing down to any of our competitors, and we're playing to our own level that we know.
Over here, Ellie Dean. Ellie, talk about your coach. Coach is, you guys, I've heard rumors that you guys just love her. Why is she so good for this team, and what does she bring to practice and games each and every day?
I think Coach J definitely demands respect without even having to. Like, we all respect her so much, and I think a lot of this season is we all really want to make her proud, so we're definitely playing for her.
Does she ever do anything goofy at practice, anything that you know, people who don't follow the team that closely wouldn't know about her?
Well, if you look like on video, she has this cinnamon roll, we call it. She always has her hair in a bun. If the cinnamon roll's on fleek, it's going to be a good day.
All right, well, take care, ladies. Best of luck. Hope you win a CCS championship, and the floor is yours.
DGDG.com brings us the Be Happy play each week.
In the first round of CCS playoffs, the Lynbrook Vikings playing hard. Amy Steinmetz and Sarah Mandek pretty happy about it. Check out the handshake there. They got it down in this week's Be Happy play.
Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the play of the week. Here's one of the contenders. We'll announce the winner next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Rikus Center.
Hi, I'm Kevin Sugawara, and today's training tip is the resist rotation. So you're going to start with your hands out in front of your chest with your arms straight. And in this movement, you want to make sure you're activating your core to resist the tension. Now, to make this more dynamic, we can have a little turn away to create more tension, and then slowly return back to the starting position.
Once again this season, the winner of the Play of the Week will receive an invitation to our end of the season awards banquet May 23rd at Levi's Stadium, thanks to the San Francisco 49ers.
Here it is, the Play of the Week.
Play of the Week. We start with the Acalanes. Don's a terrific play here. It's Jake Berry to Robbie Rowell to Ryan Leamy, who makes the catch for the touchdown. Sacred Heart Prep now Mason Randall airing it out to Nick O'Donnell for the big catch and score for the Gators in the Valpo Bowl. Here's Lincoln's Robert Zamora handing it off to Robert Najor, who hands it to Anastasio Prado for the touchdown. Nicely done there. Gunderson, Samuel Tofomalo with the fumble recovery and runs downfield before finally being brought down. A big play by the Lincoln Lions right here, in a big win for the Lions as they are the league leaders, but they'll play the big bone. Thank you very much. The play of the week goes to Moro Catholic's Buddha Ison. Buddha dodging defenders, looking at him skip right and skip left and through the middle for the touchdown. Buddha had 6 touchdowns in the game. Buddha Ison from Moro Catholic. You're going to the banquet. You get the play of the week. That's the play of the week, and that's Cal High Sports Bay Area for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Marissa Levis. Join us next week when we bring you full coverage from championship games in the NCS and CCS. You won't want to miss these thrilling games. We'll see you then.